I think we're going live. Someday soon we will be live. Look, the coffee's pouring. Here we go.
Oh, coffee.
Oh, yep. It's on.
Good
It's on.
morning, everyone. Good morning. We are
We're live. We say we're live.
live. We are awake.
Notifications. Standards and practices is active.
Yeah.
I just got that notification. We're good to go.
We're watching you guys. We know what
Big
you're up to.
Big Brother is
Uh,
always watching. Come on
yeah.
in, everybody. Come on in. Have a seat. There's plenty of room in the front. There's refreshments in the back of the hall.
Yeah. Hey
Thanks
guys,
for coming.
I was in the green room. Figured I'd come on the show with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you're always welcome.
Yeah, I was in the
Uh,
green room. They had biscotti and coffee and everything back there, and now it's all gone because I ate it all. But
Ate it all. Next time, restock the Cheetos before you leave.
yeah,
it's weird. I'll talk about that during the show, but
I
my
hate to break this to you, but this is the show. We're live.
yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. I thought we had an intro.
We've been live for a minute. We do have an intro. Do you want me to run the intro?
Well, before we do that, because I feel like I have to be somewhat official once the intro starts.
That's cool because it takes me a second to find the intro. Yeah, we got it. I got it.
In the tier level or the hierarchy of chips, for me personally, Cheetos is kind of like they're up there. But man, for some days, I just like a regular potato chip.
yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
Yep.
some days, like all that, different flavors and all those. Nah, man, give me a regular Lay's potato chip,
I hear you.
delicious, Ruffles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we run the opening, the opinions expressed in the following broadcast are not necessarily those of Indie Volt Media LLC, its staff, contributors, or sponsors. We don't know where these opinions come from, but viewer discretion is advised. Let me get the coffee back up here. There we go.
Pop says Pringles. Pringles are delicious. Good morning, Dave.
Morning, Ralph.
Sarah. Hey, hello there. Hey
I,
there.
I need to jump over to my Facebook because even though I start out making this thing public, they keep wanting to switch it over to just friends.
Comic book advocates in the house says, "Hey, Trico, 5'11" is not short."
Heather Tucker is in the house. Says good morning.
Good morning,
Yeah, it
Heather.
is. It's short.
Pops there. Dave is up.
Yeah.
Dave,
I'll tell you guys a short story after the intro too.
Sarah S. So we don't know where these opinions come from. Yep, that's true.
All right, let's roll the intro and jump into it.
Rolling the intro. Rolling the intro.
How dare you?
Rolling the intro.
We have
We're awake, so
Yay! Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Yeah,
absolutely.
we've accomplished absolutely nothing this morning.
We've accomplished being awake.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Varian Grant. I have been publishing comics and making comics and involved in comics in some capacity officially since 2008.
Hang on. I got a do-si-do for a second.
Okay.
There we go. That feels better. That feels better.
Since 2008, first book I ever put out was in 2008. I am a comic book artist, publisher, writer, critic. Nah, I'm not a critic.
We all seem to be critics.
Yeah. Casual observer. No, I'm not casual. I'm always up in comics' ass. If comics was a person, it'd get me for stalking. I'm hiding in the bushes. I'm watching you comics. Yeah.
I personally opened a few can of worms yesterday. That's okay.
Yeah.
I just stopped playing in their hole. That's all.
You did.
I just walked out and said,
Who are you, sir?
wasting time. Yeah. Me? Don't you know who I? Don't you know who I am? I'm Randy Zimmerman. I've been printing comics since before Varian was born. Done all sorts of independent alternative comics. I've done just about everything in this industry except be a cog for the mainstream. For the last 10 years, I did a Flint comics and entertainment newspaper that we circulated around my county. Went through 10,000 copies each and every month. I stopped at 1 million. Um, just because, well, if you know Flint, you know about the water situation. The advertising kind of dried up. We were free to readers and advertisers supported, but for a while there, for a good decade, there was a chance you could pick up a funny paper for free if you were around in my area. Right now, I am an award-winning commercial and graphic artist whose main specialty is sequential art for advertising. Let's put it that way. Plus, I'm working on my own crowdfunding book. I have a YouTube channel that I don't contribute to often enough called Zimm Geek, Zimmgeek, and I'm here on the Indie Vault as often as I can stand it. So, and today we have special guest.
Yeah, yeah,
Mr.
Professor.
Mr. Trico, the professor. Introduce yourself.
Yeah. Professor Trike, or just Trike.
Trike.
Yeah. I allegedly, reportedly, started a indie comic company, a local one, years ago.
Mhm.
I don't know, depending on.
You still admit to that? Do you still admit to that?
No. It shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
Made some comics and everything. Now I just kind of, hang out looking at the scene and, want to get back into making stuff. But it's a scary comic book scene lately, As Ethan says, there's a lot of bad things going on in the world.
Oh, who wants to listen to that guy? He only made $1 million yesterday.
Exactly.
The day before yesterday. So, yeah. Forget that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we've got him in the green room.
I summoned him.
Did you?
Yeah.
That sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Ethan, buddy, are you there, Ethan? No, he's not there.
Oh.
We do have a direct line into his workstation, though. So.
Oh, yeah, it's not there.
He's
Not there at all.
He's not there at all.
I have taken guys my supermarket story. So
is this a recent supermarket story?
yes, it is.
So we are in trying times.
Forgot to wear
Yes, it
pants
is.
to the supermarket again?
Yeah, gotta wear pants. Gotta wear a mask and
God damn
pants and still. But I went into the
Them
market.
them crazy Walmart policies.
Unfortunately, this is Kroger, so it's high
Kroger.
class. Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have somebody standing at the gate looking at you like
No, we were in the store and
making sure you had a mask on.
you see the indie princess decided she was on a Gatorade kick and was demanding Gatorades, and they had a sale. And I know better than to go to the store when they're having a Gatorade sale because the red one,
Can never
no
find
one calls
any
it by the
Gatorade.
name. No one calls it by his name unless they're a cop. The red one is always sold out. I know this. It's the only one anybody ever drinks, and it's the only one they ever advertise. The red one. Well, we get there and they don't have many of them, but they do have a few on the top shelf. And since Trico mentioned being short earlier, I'm thinking, okay, well, yeah, I can't get to the top shelf where there's a flavor that the Indie Princess Lola wants. I can't get there. Well, down saunters this person who
I can already tell you're being nice.
who I can
This
who I can tell
person.
is a female.
But there was some question.
But yeah. Well, there was some question. I'm not sure. Like I can tell she's a female that she enjoyed the company of other females. I can tell this.
Oh,
Tell-
they have the what tattooed on their forehead now?
No, her pants were sagging more than mine, and and she looked at she looked at
Go ahead.
she looked at Lola up and down, licked her lips. Now I know this move because I use it myself, and said, "You want me to get that for you, shawty?" And I'm like, "I'm right here. I'm right here. You are getting brazen. You are going to take. Wow. And I can't fight you. I can't.
You know you'd be taken in a minute. One quick punch and you'd be flat on the floor.
Yeah. Knock the hell out of me. Marvy says the Portugal Antonio Banderas is here. Hope you are doing well. Indie event, what a great idea. Yeah, we're gonna be part of the indie event coming up. We'll talk about that. Pop says Trico. Comic book advocate says you're never short when they're on their back looking up at you. Oh yeah,
There you go.
That's awesome.
Sarah says right. LOL. Heather says it's gonna be a hot one today, so stay nice and cool, guys. Yeah, I'm making sure that my thermostat sends me emails when the temperature goes up in the house,
We're cool.
and yeah,
We're the soap ass boys.
I want to make sure that it stays nice and cool here today. Pop says, I live vicariously through Trico's portfolio. He's in the break even room, and he says I drink the original lemon lime Gatorade, and kind of everything. It's okay, little guy. You take a little home.
I think too many of us in this business has drunk the Kool-Aid, Pops, but that probably doesn't mean the same thing.
Yeah, you want me to get that for you, Shody? What the hell? Anyway, it was a very uncomfortable situation for me. I don't know how I'm going to live for the rest of the day knowing that that happened to me. And that's. She says, Heather says, "Damn, well, do you blame for hitting on your wife?" I don't blame her. Listen, I'm a man. I'm very shallow.
Yeah, Varian, don't hate the player, hate the games.
Listen, if the woman, it should have been hot, have been different. I'm sorry, I'm saying it.
Then you would have encouraged it.
Yeah, like let's make it happen. Let's get this.
Yeah, girl, get all that Gatorade down.
Yeah, every bit of it. Indivo radio numbers are sitting at 27,410 people listening right now. 27,410 people. I want to thank Paris. I want to thank France. Paris, France. I want to think they need to really fix that on this system because for some reason Paris and France show up at a different, and I know they're at the same place.
It might be different servers then.
It could be.
Yeah.
One thing Belgium, I want to thank the UK, Australia, Mexico.
You know, all these numbers are the number today is as high as it is because Marvi. You read Marvi's comment, and they're like going, "The Portuguese Antonio Banderas."
Yeah, he's here.
He's here. Marvi, you're welcome on this program anytime you want. Just tell us where to send the link.
Yeah.
We always love to have you on, buddy.
Heather says the girl should have had bigger boobs. I guess she looked like me. That was the problem. Like she was like, "Hey, what up, shawty?" Look at her big lips. I know that move. I use it myself. I invented that move.
Varian's like, I invented that move.
Yeah,
what you doing here?
Yeah.
Sometimes, not always, but sometimes big boobs are just not attractive too. That all depends upon the rest of the body. It's a package. It's always the package, not the feature. You know.
I don't know. Talk to a car. That's not true in a car dealership for some reason. Watch, they're gonna make starting a feature pretty soon.
Probably.
The car starts is feature, really? Yeah.
I thought you were talking about cars are gonna have big boobs now. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's not just that, but the car will end up being trained to your voice, so that now you can say the magic word and have your car turn on. So.
Yeah. My magic word is gonna be asparagus.
Wait. You're waking up in the morning and everybody's yelling Shazam in the neighborhood. That would be kind of cool.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Shazam! Let's go.
Exactly. You have the force.
That's right.
Guys,
well, you kind of have that now. Well, really, all you have to do is point the fob.
Yeah.
At the car and hit the button, and it'll start. So.
Have you guys seen that new lock that's attached to your phone? As you get closer to your house, it opens your house for you. Yeah. I'm like, what if someone has my keys or my phone?
Yeah.
What if someone's chasing me? I mean, great if you're chasing me, but I don't think.
Hey, we stole this phone. It's got that special feature. Let's drive the neighborhood till we find the house.
Yeah. There it is.
I just can't see that as being great.
Yeah, let's go in his house.
Yeah. Marv says thank you. It's going to be difficult. I work Saturdays, and now I'm on my lunch break. 10 minutes left. Oh, okay, Marvy, fine.
Pop said his.
Right. We wish you a good day, though.
Pop says his car word is bitch start.
Yeah, there you go. That's kind of mine now, but I use the key. Bitch start.
Sarah says big boots are heavy to walk around with all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes they can be incredibly
I
attractive.
should know mine are getting a little tender at this point. Um, I do have a question for you guys um, from Indie Vote Radio, and pretty funny. Uh, Randy, let's get Randy's soapbox out. There we go.
All right.
Person wants to know, how is it that we felt it necessary? And this is from hold on.
Is he calling us names again? Is this from Dennis?
No, thank
Denise?
God, no,
Denise?
no.
Is it addressed to the sup ass boys?
It could be.
No.
Should always address us as sup ass boys.
How is it that,
Hey,
how
sup
is it
ass
that,
boys.
it wants to know how is it that we found it acceptable to promote and celebrate EVS's book Crossing a Million. Look, a comic book crossed $1 million, and let me say this: a comic book crossed $1 million in crowdfunding. If I would have been focusing on, had there been an indie vote in 2012, and when Order of the Stick was being released, and it crossed $1 million, and I think it ended up with $1,200,000 something, I would have been just as ecstatic. I would have been just as ecstatic.
Or that Brazilian book. What was that? Wings of Icarus? Something like that.
Yeah, I would have been just as ecstatic.
Yeah.
Okay. This indie vote, I cannot go back in time. Any book crosses $1 million, I'm going to be excited for. I do not care who is the person behind it. Now, we've been asked, well, how come you didn't show that same energy when Todd McFarlane crossed $1 million? Well, we did, but Todd McFarlane crossed $1 million of an action figure.
It's
But
like
comic stuff behind it.
where was that person on Indie Volt Radio? They obviously weren't listening when Todd hit his 3 mil mark.
Yeah, and we did
So
celebrate.
we were astonished.
Yeah, we did celebrate it. There is this idea that, oh, well, you can't celebrate it, and it really upsets me because I'm thinking about this the other day. Some of the people complaining about EVS making $1 million are the same people who are okay with some of the predatory behaviors in this industry from people.
You got that right.
So that was okay. This
Yeah.
man making $1 million who hasn't done that. To my
Oh,
knowledge.
no, wait. Everybody thinks he's done that because
Yeah.
everybody's branded him. Yeah, guy's a bigot. He'd look at his signature. It looks like a swastika. Oh, my goodness. Oh no. Look at, he voted for Trump. Holy crap, this guy's got to be evil.
Mhm.
Dude, he's a comic book artist. He's a pro. He's been a pro for 25 freaking years. He's done
27.
27. He's done landmark things as a mainstream cog. Thanks for using my icon. Very
You're
good.
welcome.
You can't. Are you just signing out because you know I'm about to go on a rant? Is that what it is?
He puts the show on autopilot for
Yeah, he
like
just-
10 minutes while the rant
Randy's-
goes on.
I'll come back in 3 minutes while Randy talks.
I can't be here. I can't be here.
It just really irritates me that people can't take the work and separate the work, even if they don't like the person. And yeah, there are times when there's a lot of narcissism in the industry, and there's a lot of way too much buffoonery. But and you got to understand, what is that? Autobiography by Varian. Oh yeah, okay.
Assignment Rescue. The autobiography about me.
We know it's not you.
Now it's very good fry.
Yeah,
but
it's very-
look,
The reason we know it's not you is because the title is Assignment Rescue. When if it had been you, it would have been Reassignment Rescue. Anyway,
go ahead.
You can't. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it nicely because if it's celebrating the fact that the Frog Book cleared $1 million, everybody automatically wants to brand us as, oh, you're a CG, well, you're just right wing, or supremacist assholes too, blah blah blah. It's like, no, that's not what it is. We're comic book fans, god damn it, and it's a comic book. It's a comic book that made $1 million. Thank God. It's a comic book. It's not an action figure with a comic book inside, stuck inside the card or inside the box. A little small version of a comic that's stuck in a box that cleared 3 million. That's great. That's great. Todd more than deserves that money because he put in the time, he put in the work in his action figure company and turned it into the powerhouse that it is today. Great. Ethan did the time as a mainstream cog yet, which is something I could never do, and made a couple of really landmark series of made a mark, literally made a couple of marks, and is still he could go into retirement. He could live off of his royalties for the rest of his life if he chose to, but he didn't want to. He wants to still do comics. So he takes his old '80s character. He's literally tossed out of the industry for what a sketchbook from a long time ago, and for saying that he voted the wrong way to a lot of people for the freaking politics. How did we let politics come in and divide our comics? You know, we should be better than that, quite frankly. And it's shameful that we aren't. And anybody that does that makes that divide, oh, you're left wing or you're right wing, I'm not going to read your book because I'm left and you're right or whatever. Bullshit. Fucking grow up. Get a goddamn education and learn how to make funny books that are as good as that, and stop your fucking trolling and bitching. Just go hide in your hole and learn.
Well, this is from this letters from Eric Newsom. Yeah. So poor Eric Newsom just got to this call. Eric, never write in again. Never write in. Thanks for your question. I want to go through some of these comments though.
Eric, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm going off, but sometimes people just need they need to understand that funny books can be propagandic. Yes, absolutely. They're art and they're personal points of views at times, but Ethan is obviously doing something right if he's making that much money.
Pop says, I do have a Florida Man CRM announcement as well. We'll cover that. Comic Gavin says, no, there was a fluke book and it's a Bible book. Sure, it never delivered. And the Bible, the creator isn't around anymore. But it beat Ethan, so Ethan no longer matters. Pop said, we did cover Ty. We did.
Well, I think it's funny and somewhat coincidental that the two other books or the two other crowdfunding campaigns that have cleared 1 million haven't apparently fulfilled yet. Yeah. Ethan's already did one book that got up to what, 700, 800,000, and he fulfilled that. Granted, he had rough times and he made mistakes, and he was very open and transparent about the mistakes that he's made. He smoothed those out. And this book isn't even scheduled to come out until May, and he's hoping to have it out a lot earlier than that. And if he does, you're all going to look like idiots.
Brian says good.
I'm just warning you.
Brian says good morning. Pop says it didn't beat him yet. His campaign ain't over. Yeah, campaign still isn't over. You're right about that, Pops. Comic Book Advocate says Todd also gave a comic every purchase, but clearly comics don't need mainstream. You need to evolve or die as EVS has evolved. Marv said, well said. Comic Book Advocate also says EVS has done everything and he is the devil. Wait, that's my job. So where are all these receipts? Funny how often there isn't it. There ain't any. There aren't any. Yeah. Kino Subway says, hello, Kino. Pop says, give credit where credit is due and be glad the fans are buying books. That's how we felt.
Oh, amen to that, Pops. Amen. Be glad we're still being read.
And Marv says, Indie is killing it right now. So many creators, so many great comics. We should be happy for those who succeed. I am. And Pop says, preach, Randy. And we don't encourage him, Pops.
I'm sorry, just some things really, burn me.
Well, I knew that one would get you triggered. That's why I was like, I should have started the show with that.
It's red, and I'm like, you did. we just got underway. We're not
before the coffee even poured. I should have started with that one.
Yeah. Hey, how do you think about EVS? Anyway,
he just went off on a tangent.
Anybody who thinks that Zach is evil or that Ethan is evil are horribly uneducated. You need to listen to these programs, folks. Sit down and listen to The Fourth Age. Listen to a few of these other YouTube channels. Challenge yourself to think for yourself. Seriously. And you might not come to the same opinions that people, and you might even figure these people are assholes in your mind. That's fine. But at least you listened. At least you approach it with an open mind, get a little empathy, and understand where these people currently are. Look at Zach. Zach is a freaking comic machine. He's gotten to the point now where he can kick a book out in a month if he had to. And that notebook that Kelsey Grammer did,
Yeah.
less than a month.
Well, Kelsey Grammer.
Or not Kelsey.
Kelsey
Grammer,
Shannon?
Kelsey Shannon.
Yeah.
The great Kelsey Shannon, we should say. That they did less than a month. Crank. Here we go. Here's a book. I'm putting it out for a crowdfunding. He is going to end up being a machine. And Zach's already said he can do a campaign a month.
Yeah. Kino Sobo says, Fourth Age is a great channel. I watch his videos.
And it's one guy.
And Pop says, sometimes Randy's spot on. I have to agree loudly. Also, this is from Bryce. Bryce is upset, guys. Bryce is upset. And he says he's got ripped off twice now.
Are you gonna call? Oh, okay. He's not upset at us.
No. He's got ripped off twice. And he wants us to do something about it. We can't do anything about it, but he wants to put the word out there. Don't buy comics from Etsy, and maybe stop buying them from eBay unless you know that you are buying quality comics. He did buy a book, a pretty expensive comic. Now I won't say the name. I did forward the information to the creator of that book last night. We'll see if he does anything about it. I don't want to say it right now because it could be a problem, could be a big problem. But I did forward it when I got this question or this comment in. Okay, he bought a comic and he recently bought a movie and discovered both were plagiarized. Not plagiarized, I'm sorry, wrong word. Both were
copies.
Yeah, copies. Unauthorized fabrications of the
duplicates.
Duplicates, yeah. And and his most recent purchase, which is really set them off on a chair because he ordered from two different people, was, and I can show this. He recently purchased X-Men, the complete 1992 animated series 4-disc Blu-ray set. Now, when I saw it, I was like, hey, I was thinking about hitting that add to cart button. But then I thought about it, I said, wait a minute, they haven't released that on Blu-ray to my knowledge. What the hell? And then I got to looking at the package design. I'm like, wait a minute, why is there a white border around the image? That seems odd. And couldn't they have chosen a better image? Where's Storm? Where's the Disney logo? Where's Marvel's logo? I see it on the side, but Marvel will make sure that logo is right there by that X-Men. They want everybody to know, hey, this is Marvel.
And it looks like it's half cut off on the side there.
Yeah. And then it dawned on me, I said, "Oh, these are bootlegs. These are bootlegs. Yeah. This is these are fake. I mean, they would never they would have filled in that circle there a little bit more. If you're listening on Indie Radio, the image on the disc does not go all the way in. It looks fuzzy. Half the X is cut off. These are clearly. It's clearly a bootleg.
Somebody's got a good printer and enough sense to know how to copy and stick it on a CD.
Yeah. You know what? Whenever I don't burn CDs often, but whenever I have to label a CD, I have light scribe drives in my computer, and it costs a little bit more. It's a little bit more expensive, but I buy light scribe disc. And what it does is there's a laser inside of the. I have to flip the disc over. There's a laser inside of the disc drive that writes whatever image I want on my CDs. So I could do that image, not in color, mind you.
Yeah.
But I could do that image and make it look good. And I've done that before, and I'm kind of a stickler for it. But $30 gets you 4 bootleg DVDs, and I went through the comments.
That should have probably been a red flag right there. If it's something that you want, that's actually it's 4 Blu-ray discs for $30. There's probably a problem there.
Yeah, and I got to looking through this, and I'm like, though they have everything. Look, they got some Jurassic Park passes, which are kind of cool. But they've got this there's so many, and if you look through the comments. There's someone here says, I received my Blu-ray on time, which is nice with all of this. The thing that perplexes me is the disc, I'm going to read like they wrote it. The discs don't look like Blu-ray. It looks like a DVD quality and sounds like it. The case and artwork look bootleg. I'm not complaining, but don't say it's a Blu-ray when it's not. It's DVD. And yeah, I mean it sorry, you got know where you're buying from. But when
Yes.
you are buying comics, that's a completely different thing. That means someone has taken a comic, a book, put 1 and 2 together of this book.
They probably bought that scanner with curve flattening technology.
It's possible. It's possible because some of them have made their way to the United States. I haven't got mine yet. Put it this way, Randy. This book is named after a popular candy from your generation.
Zagnut?
It's hard to don't say the name because I gotta prove it first.
Zagnut?
Zagnut, yeah, close. It's just hard to crunch. Hard to chew.
Heath Bar?
Yeah, there we go. We'll settle with Heath Bar. The Heath Bar. And
no, don't tell me that it's.
Yeah,
you want me to say the proper?
No, don't say the name. Don't
Does
say
it
the
start
name.
with an M?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So,
But
I can't think of a decent Three Musketeers comic that's come out lately. Though I almost printed one back as Arrow Comics.
But
it would have been great.
This gentleman bought a trade of collection of 1 and 2 together, and
of 2 trades or 2 issues.
2 issues. So the first chapter, the second chapter were together.
I'm just trying to think. Now you got me wondering.
That has, and I put it in the private chat.
I can't think of a comic named Almond Joy. Though Arrow's probably.
I put it in the private chat, but do not say the name because I have to prove it. And once we can prove it, we're gonna go live and talk about it.
Holy crap!
Yeah, yeah. So, he bought a trade containing the first 2 chapters. Yeah, Lola says, admit it was me and my scanner. Yeah,
the first 2 books.
Yeah, the first 2 chapters.
Oh well, see now that's something that anybody in the business ought to rail against.
Well, I'm just finding out about it, and if it is, and he's gonna send me some pictures today. If this has happened, it's big news. I did send the email over to that person, to the author, and we're gonna see what happens because that's big. If someone's out here taking books, scanning them, making new copies just like that, and sending them to people, that's an issue. Trico, why are you doing it?
I'm just a big fan of Tales from the Universe and wanted to make some money off of it.
If you did that, send me a copy. I want to have a copy of it. Yeah, that would be incredibly nice. I'd let you do it. It's just that if you made a lot of money, I'd want my share.
Exactly.
Randy, do you think a lot of these guys are watching their bootleg or watching their property once they put it out? Like, are they being like? It's worth a Google, guys. It's worth a Google to go check and see if anyone's selling your property and who it is.
Yeah, any more. It's so easy to, especially with special scanners out there and glorified Xerox machines to be able to do that. All you need to do is have print-on-demand capability, and I think even the rental for that machine, you could probably make that back on a good, depending upon how ambitious you are as a pirate. You could probably make some decent bucks pretty quick.
You know, Randy.
Huh?
I'm gonna have enough of your digs one day at my scanner. I'm
just saying that to discourage it. So if anything pops up in your area, you're gonna come. Mr. Grunt, we've had some complaints.
Randy's gonna come home one day to me in his basement, going through his entire collection of books.
You want to? You want to already?
Just scanning away.
Yeah, because it would be like I'm borrowing all this huge stack. No, you're not. No, you're not. No.
Yeah, I'm just leaving the scanner in the background here.
I've got some books here now. I don't want to even leave the house. So
if you're hearing this, it's because if you're watching this video, it's because you don't see this on Indievo Radio, but I'm playing a video of the
It's too
scanner.
late. They already said we scanned everything.
Yeah.
It's like we're all fucked. As soon as it comes out, neat.
But this is the portable scanner, Randy's.
You could scan a comic in 10 minutes with curve flattening technology.
Yeah, if only we had this during the beer bug, man. This curve fighting technology would have been good. They didn't save us.
I would imagine there were a few people out there that did.
But yeah, it's
I'm telling you, comicsahoy.com. That's all you need.
Glenn says, "Good morning, guys." Comic Gap says Kickstarter taught him that copyright does not matter. You can check their site.
It doesn't matter to Facebook. They say that so that you can't come back and sue them.
Yeah. Ralph says, "I remember the days of bootleg VHS tapes. Those were the days." Joe Cotton says, "Yo, what's crapping in gents?" Oh, it's all going bad, Joe. It's all going bad.
I don't know about the even IP rights lately. When you look at Kickstarter, there's a couple of Star Wars fan books being offered up there that amaze the crap out of me that Disney allows to happen.
Yeah. Rob
just sent me one the other day, a new one the other day outside of the one that we had here.
Ralph says, and I heard for the TMNT #1 too. Yeah, a lot of copies of that floating around. I mean, and pirates are getting good because the scanning technology is getting good. People are selling.
And some of those early black and white books weren't printed that great in the first place.
Yeah.
But
sometimes the bootleg looks better.
I was just gonna say that sometimes the saving grace on that is they can't find newsprint quite that bad.
Yeah.
to print on, because there was a big thing about Cerebus #1 there for a long time back in the 90s that it had gone through a mysterious reprinting because suddenly there were a lot more copies on the market. But that's when the book hit $300. So
I think that, but we're talking about in this case, someone actually went through the time to make up a little shitty graphic and call this book, make a new product basically.
Yeah.
And say, here it is. That's dirty. And unfortunately, the people are, I hate to say this. This is going to sound kind of bad because we have a global audience, but you expect this to come from out of the country. This is being manufactured right here
from non-ethical people in more lenient with countries with more lenient copyright laws.
Yeah. But it's happening right here in the U.S. and it's actionable. So make sure you know what you're buying. Glenn said it's never good. Yeah, Glenn, I had a buddy who bought. He had a comic store, a comic toy shop, and he bought some SH Figure Arts figures, and people were bringing them back in droves. Like, hey, this isn't real, man. Look how janky it is. It's falling apart. And he found out that he thought he was gonna hit a lick. Thought he found cheap stuff. It was cheap, all right. It was all counterfeit. Pop says, if you have a big book, a copyright lawyer or retainer is a good idea. Ask Ethan. Pop says it can come from Nagaland. Yeah, it could come from Nagaland.
Lord knows we get enough calls from there.
Yeah. Glenn Force says, off topic, are those Funko Pops behind you, Varian, for shame? Those are all the indie princesses. Yeah, just leave her pops alone. Those are all her pops. You can also see.
Careful, Glenn.
You can also see my lunch behind me on the chair on that top of that fan there.
You think I'm bad getting on a ranty soapbox? You piss off that indie princess, you'll see how it goes.
Yeah, her and her pops. Those are her pops.
We need to get her really mad on Geekgasm once, just so she gets more familiar with the audience.
Yeah. There's a it's funny, guys. There's a there's more pops than that. They're all over the office here. They're in the bedroom.
He has entire walls.
Yeah. They're actually. There will be more light coming in there right there, but the pops are blocking it. So they're just that light you see is kind of just peeking around. It's horrible. I'm surrounded by these little dead-eyed things. Pop says,
wait a minute. Standards and practices just kicked in.
Oh, yeah. I got a beep too. What the heck did we do? What do we say? Was it Nagaland? Oh.
Oh yeah. That was Nagaland, definitely.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think that's probably closer to an Asian country. So.
Yeah. That's I'm gonna put that up. Also, I want to show some things to you guys too. I know if you listen on Indie Vote Radio, you can't see this, but first of all, here we go. There's some nice bootleg action figures for you.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, which is not Spader.
That's your favorite DC character.
Spader Man does whatever James Spader can.
There you go. Hey, it worked for Spider Gwen.
Yeah.
Suddenly there's Spader. Well, suddenly Marvel started a whole new hub, a whole new line.
For everybody watching
a set of books.
For everybody watching on Indievolt Radio, I mean, not watching, sorry, watching
James
on
Spader
YouTube,
is going rich. I'm rich.
watching on Facebook, watching on Twitch. Are we on Twitch? Watching on Twitch.
I don't think we're on Twitch, are we?
For the Indie Princess. You like cookies? You like Oreos? Tell me if you like them now. One person found that in their Oreo cookie.
I'm never eating Oreos again.
Okay.
That's why I always separate my Oreos.
You just have to eat the cookie the Oreo way.
Yeah. See, as long as you twist, you're fine.
Yeah.
Amazingly, maybe they knew something when they started that advertising campaign.
You gotta treat Oreos like the media in 2020. Just close your eyes and accept whatever they feed you is okay.
Yeah.
Blaze forward. Believe.
Now,
Yeah.
That's a spider or a spader. I don't know which one that is. But
That's definitely a splatted spader.
Yeah.
Splatted spider.
What was that, Ola?
That sounds racist.
What? That sounds like a spader?
And
I guess it does sound kind of
if
racist.
you put it together.
Hey, Spader. James Spader's got to change his name now. Oh man, it's our petition.
They'll
We're
probably
change
make him. They'll probably make him.
change.org right now.
Appropriation. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you can't do a Spader. It's a racist name. Glenn says he owns about 8 pops himself. I remember those from the Gibraltar Trade Center. This is why you open them. LOL. Yeah, I don't open Oreos. I toss them in my mouth. Lola's the one that has to dip them in milk, and she has to moisten that spider up before she bites in.
Just remember it's added protein, and if you don't know it's there, it won't affect you.
And she's in the back complaining. She said it's gross.
Unless the venom is still active.
Venom, get him. That's gross. That's really gross, guys. Also from Indievolt Radio, and this is from Indievolt Radio. This is a question, and it's a pretty dicey question. Why do you guys? What do you guys see? What do you guys say when you see a comic book on your show with shitty art? That's only happened once. That's only happened
only once. Yep, just once. Yeah, that hardly ever happens. It's only happened once.
I know it happened once, and I can make it that comes to mind. One time we had crappy art.
Wait a minute, I got it. Hang on, where'd it go? I had it. No, keep talking.
Yeah, we only had crappy art one time, I think. I mean, everybody else's art can be helped. There was only one time where I was like, "Oh, but we still covered it because that's what we do. We cover.
You keep adding pictures to the list here, and when you do it slides. And you find things right off the bat. It's like this.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
We're all fine here. We get all the art that's come through here has been great.
Yeah, it's all been fantastic. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We try to be. Listen, art is subjective. Okay.
How dare you?
Just some people need to learn foreshortening and what's the other one? Foreshortening and perspective,
as opposed to 5 shortening.
Yeah. Because some people do. Some people I've seen some characters break the wow, that leg is super long, and that leg is 8 pounds long, or the leg is 8 heads high. It's like, how is that possible? I don't understand what's going on here, but it is. We've seen it. Only one time I've ever seen art that wasn't.
Just once. Only once.
Yeah.
Just once. Yeah. It's all gravy, baby.
Yeah. Pop says, this is why you open them, or the cookies. Hey, Kool-Aid. Solo is my COVID gift, LOL.
Oh, yeah.
Glenn laughs and then he says, "That Greta woman still scares me. She's still a girl. When she becomes a woman, when she becomes a woman, then we'll be scared."
I keep posting. I can't wait for her to learn real science.
We So make sure you back my book, by the way, Simon Rescue, where I'm rescuing comic artists all over the country.
That's why you're a magnet for that kind of drama.
I am writing I'm going to write a book. Listen, I'm writing a book.
We could both write a book.
Yeah, I'm writing a book because everybody's doing it. I'm writing a book about how great I am. It's going to be called Bow Down, Bitches. And and it's gonna be.
Yeah, I think that's already made.
You guys, we're gonna get.
You know what? You're outdated. You're old fashioned. Because nowadays they do video webinars.
About
the how-to stuff. I know how to do it because I'm a snake oil salesman. I've done this before. You need to buy my series of books. I can teach you how to write because I've edited really crappy books in the past. Only $500.
Well,
stuff
don't
like
forget.
that. Take my master class.
Don't forget, you can't look at the camera. You have to angle the camera like down so it catches your round ass chin, and you have to look off to the camera like this. Hey, comic books are in trouble. Do you want to make money? Then you can do that by taking my new course. Never mind. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry for swearing on the air, but
no, you're not. We gave the warning.
Yeah,
we are listed TVMA DLSV.
Yeah,
and where the SV stands for swearing variant.
Yeah,
yeah. I just comics. Take my master class.
Gather around, ladies and gentlemen. I can teach you how to sell comics in the easy way. It's only $500 to me. I can teach how you can be rich making comics.
Yeah, it's like if you're rich, if you're rich
making comics, that's awesome.
That's not an oxymoron at all.
Anyway. And no one has asked them. Wait a minute.
No, it's like getting rich doing independent alternative comics. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. I've done it. I can show you how it's done.
If you're rich, if you're making all this money,
buy my video series. It's only $1,500 and 15 easy courses.
Right? Why do you need my money? I don't understand. It will tell me the secrets. No way. You gotta pay, kid. You gotta pay to play. I got alimony payments. I gotta make.
All of this can be yours for only $1,500. 15 easy payments of $100 a piece. $99.99. And if you act now, I'll throw in my 2 hot books that I did successful Kickstarters on. Yes, sir. It'll be great.
You're gonna gotta move these goddamn things. They gotta be moved. They gotta be somehow I gotta get these books out.
Yeah, P.T. Barnum said it best. There's a sucker born every minute. So I guess he kicked himself out.
Oh, Varian.
I didn't do it. Wasn't my fault.
Wasn't me. I have no controls.
He's sitting back at home right now going, God damn it. He was so mad he probably hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Well, whatever he was talking about, let's move on to something else. How you doing, Trike?
Doing well. How you doing?
We have you on the show, and you practically it's like you don't say anything.
Yeah,
there you go. And suddenly, Varian's back. Poof.
There he is.
Yeah, I kicked myself by accident.
That's what we figured. You were on a roll, and suddenly, hit the wrong button. God damn it.
Yeah. I was going to.
I heard the God damn it all the way up here, and you're 45 minutes away. God damn it.
Yeah, I know the name of the book now, Randy. I know the name of the book we'll co-author together.
Huh.
I will make you squirt. What?
You can have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you squirt.
Squirt.
I will make you. No, but yeah, you can have it all, guys. My empire of dirt. There you go.
Hang on, we have to sashay again.
Okay. Do-si-do.
Suddenly we're back to do-si-do.
I don't get it. I do not understand why we master classes. Man, toy.
I can teach you how to write. Just send me $500.
Yeah, we should start.
I've got a class, or even still, buy my book, and you can learn my favorite Baskin and Robbins flavor.
Well, we should start like America Comics. America. There we go.
I'm doing a mock. I'm doing a mock how-to book.
Yeah.
What's that? What's
Sit
that
down
American
and
comic?
philosophize,
We-
educate the masses.
We'll start a company
We're
that does.
we're laughing out there, folks, because your best education is you doing your own personal research from multiple sources. Don't take any one source as a master class or as the know all or I've done it and you can follow my example. That's not the way this works, especially not in an artistic industry.
Unless you,
Yeah.
I am a certifiable genius. I don't care what anyone
And, there,
says.
and there's only so, and to be blunt, there's only so far you can get your way. You can get fucking your way trying to get to the top. It doesn't happen. So eventually you become a laughing stock, and then you're out of the business anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you get pushed right out. No one wants to work with you, or they start questioning your.
Bad labels, gossip, talk, drama, whatever. So.
And remember, getting screen way to the top won't work. Randy's well, we're having all kind of difficulties today. Randy's kicked himself. There you go. You back?
I was stunned by that illustration. You seem to have pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We're definitely using that as one of our thumbnails here real soon.
I couldn't understand. Is that person's? I guess
massaging his back apparently right through his rib cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's quite painful. Guys, I do have another question from Indie Vault Radio, and this is more for Trico. This is more Trico's area, I guess.
Oh boy. It's dick and fart jokes, huh?
Yeah.
More my area.
This is from Ellis, and Ellis is out of the UK. And Ellis wants to know, Ellis, I'm sorry, I do not know if you are what your gender is, so we're gonna just refer to you as Ellis and they. Ellis wants to know, okay, I got a great comic idea, but how do I finance this? How do they put this book together? Trico, you are the finance expert, man.
I'm pretty broke for a finance expert.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. You broke. There's no money in this. Get out.
And you too can have this entire course for only $500.
Yeah. Ellis, you got to take my master course on how to finance comics. It's only $500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
$500 in a sandwich.
Yeah,
please, sandwich.
Right now, though, if you type in the promo code IndieVolt, you're gonna get
2 sandwiches.
Yeah, you get 4.2% off. 4.2% off of the course, which saves you basically the tax.
Yeah.
So,
not really, because the tax here is 6%. So.
Yeah. Now, I do know there is a course that I'm offering. It's $700 a month. Now it's an in-home course, meaning I'm gonna come move in with you.
We're talking about his porn career again.
How to be a drama magnet.
I'm gonna move into your home, rent free. You're gonna give me $700 a month to live there, and I am going to.
You're gonna be like a life coach.
Yeah.
How to have a trouble-free publishing company.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna show you how to do it, guys. Trust me.
There's the name of your book, Mommy, Make the Pain Stop. My Life in Comics. By Varian and
It was really messed up. Why is this happening to me?
Why is this happening to me? Why does this always happen to me?
A comic book journey. Oh my god. Pop says $10. My book is short. I'm changing that, Pops. I'm gonna change that whole comic.
You've only begun, Pops. That's all. You just started. Never too old to learn.
But yeah, for financing,
misquoting in.
9 Inch Nails. That's
No,
Johnny
I knew
Cash.
what it meant. Come on.
No.
How old do you think I am? I
Well.
love Pretty Hate Machines. One of my favorite albums.
Michael Oldenhouse says, "Morning, guys." And Keno Subway says, "A motivational speaker like Matt Foley." Who's Matt Foley?
Matt Foley. He's the character from Beverly Hills Cop.
That's Axel Foley.
Oh, sorry, Axel.
Randy had me going for a minute. I'm like,
one official comic book motivational speaker. And that's Tyler. Anyway, Professor Trike, you were saying about finance. Go ahead.
So normally I would just suggest save it all up, get the book entirely done, or save up the money, get the book entirely done, and then launch a Kickstarter to kind of pay yourself back for it, basically. Sometimes
I just saw who Matt Foley was. And that answer would be yes.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't recommend it because I wouldn't do a Kickstarter without having it done. But sometimes you can do like the first, the first like 5 or 8 pages. Get an artist to do those. Run the Kickstarter to finance the rest of it. So you could do it that way. I wouldn't, because there's a lot of stuff that could go wrong if you do it that way, and then you look like an asshole because you ran a Kickstarter, you got everyone's money, and the book's not done.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's so many opportunities out there to people out there willing to help you start your comics career.
All you got to do is take the time to do the research. There's so much information on the web. That's for free, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Not that, but that. There's so much. There's so many ways to learn here on the web for free. Most everybody's willing to talk to you, unless they're having a bad day and you catch them at the wrong time with the wrong email. Fuck you, little kid. Who the hell is the one I'm talking to you for? That kind of stuff. But most everybody in this business is friendly and willing to share their information, unless they've made a lot of money. Unless they made a lot of money at doing it, and then they'll try to discourage you. You don't want to be in this business, kid. There's no life here,
Or they may get really friendly with you and try to grab your boobs. So.
Yeah, that too. But that's a whole nother. Hopefully, we're going to get beyond that. Though.
I'm going to share my love with you.
I did see that they are doing a reboot on Beavis and Butthead.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh well, somebody's been watching the comic market.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, they're gonna be different when they come back. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, they will. They'll all be PC.
Yeah.
Don't say boobs.
Glenn Forrest says, but we all know who did a Kickstarter for their book.
Don't say fire. Don't say fire. No.
We all know who did the Kickstarter for their book and didn't print the book. Yeah, there's a lot of people who did Kickstarters and like, I can't print this.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many mistakes out there to be made when you're crowdfunding. That's why I haven't gone gangbusters into doing campaigns, because it's tricky and it takes some study and it takes some looking into. Plus, the one thing I learned from watching everybody else make the mistake is you want to have your book done. You want to have your book done or so close to done that you can really concentrate on your campaign, because marketing is everything. So you got to go out there and push. Instead of, I got to market. I'm on this guy's podcast, but I got to cut a couple hours because I have to get some work done on the book. Then I got to go back here and do this and get some. No, have the book done. Concentrate, so you can concentrate on doing that marketing to make as much of an impact as you can. So.
And don't send them a PDF and tell them to print it out themselves.
Yeah, that's it. That just encourages more piracy.
Hey, that was a cost saving measure.
No.
That was a cost. Think about it. No one's going to care about the book more than you will. So if you send in the book and they go get it printed, they should go get it printed.
I can personally tell you from experience, though, if you send a PDF out to 100 people and tell them to go out and get it printed on their own, there's at least going to be 50 different mistakes.
Yeah. Niobe Comics says, "Word up, hello." He said boobs too. I will tell you this.
Boobs.
I'll tell you this. If you tell someone to print their own book, I mean, the guy certificate says you get to print one copy.
Yeah.
of this. Just one. You know.
Well, 2 clicks into that email, you can change that to 10 or 100 or 1,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
You're
take
not gonna
a
sell
shop.
1,000 of them. Here we go.
Open up your own Etsy shop with that person's
Yeah.
book.
Yep. Absolutely.
Now,
Army
sorry.
team.
I'm enjoying my
Wait.
breakfast.
We really need to go out and secure comicsahoy.com. I bet it's already taken.
It is. Well, remember, it was
Is it?
No,
Yeah.
Ahoy Comics
Oh.
is taken, but it's comicsahoy.com.
yeah,
I bet it is now.
yeah, comics ahoy!
Somebody's Comics Ahoy!
there be comics.
Yeah, when I type in Comics Ahoy, it comes up Ahoy Comics.
Yeah,
Oh,
so they got it
they
both
must
ways.
have secured it both ways then.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We guarantee you get those 90 comics, you're going to get some booty.
I'm telling you,
R-rated.
maybe it could be butt pirate comics. Is that
Rated
what?
R. You don't want to do that. That's not the kind of reputation you want to maintain.
I've already got your reputation. We got called 2-bit. You know what? The other night. It's they already looked down on
And
us.
just shorten it down so that you could be at the front of the at the front of the catalog and call yourself AI Comics for Anal Intruders.
Well, then Preston will want to work for you.
Lola says we should be Ass Boys Comics. It's right up there at the top of the alphabet. Yeah,
It starts with an S though. That's the problem. Sub
Well,
ass boys.
yeah,
I don't
they
want
were
to be an
saying.
ass boy. I'd rather be a sub ass boy.
What's up, Ass Boys?
Yeah.
Boys. Michael says, not that shit again. Yeah, it's horrible. Michael says, you guys want a 4th Musketeer up there? Was that about 4th Musketeer? I guess in that one movie there was, wasn't it? It should all
Fourth
just be an Army Musketeers.
Wasn't as good though. But
I'm gonna do a story, an origin story. It's gonna be like a big, and then Musketeer Corps, and then they're gonna all get killed and leave 3. Yep. The origin of the Musketeers.
well,
Dark.
it's really amazed me that somebody hasn't tried to do a series of graphic novels or more, even still a streaming series on the 3 Musketeers, because the material that's been used in the books, or not the books, but the material that's been used in the movies is just scratching the surface of the material that's in the books.
There's
Always has been.
Marvel did a
He turned that
graphic
in-
novel.
Yeah, he turned that into a genuine soap opera and ran it for years.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people out there that liked those characters.
Niobe says, look, anyone that says you got to print my book is on glue and needs to get the hell out now. Niobe, Larry, I don't know if you were here when that happened. That guy wrote in that a guy sent him a certificate, said, hey, I can't afford to print the comic. So everybody got a free PDF certificate. They got a free PDF for the comic. Everybody, no matter what your pledge, obviously that was the lowest pledge you can get. But in it was a certificate.
Certificate of authentication.
Yeah,
Giving you permission to print a hard copy.
Yeah, at your any printer you wanted to.
Yeah.
And people were outraged, and the guy who wrote in, he was frustrated, and he wanted justice. He wanted us to call the Attorney General.
He wanted a refund, and he wanted the guy to pay.
Yeah. Niobe says, did you see Booster Kiwi's variant cover Preston's White Lily? What Preston's White Lily is? So we don't have a kind of language on this show. No, I didn't. I haven't seen it. I'll check it out though.
That's some sort of deviant cucking code, isn't it? Booster Kiwi variant.
No, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna check that out.
Preston's. Nobody wants to see Preston's White Lily. I
No,
almost said White Willy, but everybody's already seen that.
I actually have a copy of White Lily.
Oh, wait a minute. White Lily's his comic, isn't it?
I bought from Preston himself in New Orleans. We were table neighbors.
Hey, baby, can I have a copy of your White Lily?
He was across the hall from me, and he was okay. He didn't say anything. He kind of gave me the evil eye. Once I put the hat on, like you recognized me. Everyone recognized the raccoon hat. Everyone.
I don't know if it was that as much as he was thinking to himself about the. Anyway, it's not recognition that he had. He was questioning you wearing that kind of hat.
It may have been. He may have thought it was Crazy Town Banana Pants. However,
Exactly. Crazy Town Banana Pants.
Yeah. However, I would like to. There's another.
Now, forgive my naivete here, but who is Booster Kiwi?
Booster Kiwi, oh man, you haven't met Booster? Booster's never been on the show. I've been on his show. They do drawing and core, they do a lot of different things, and Booster Kiwi does a lot of art too. A really good artist, actually.
He doesn't have anything to do with Kiwi Farms.
No, I don't think Booster has anything with Kiwi Farms. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Okay.
That's a sweet name though, Booster Kiwi.
Yeah, he's got a cool. You see his logo. It's actually it's like Booster Go and a Kiwi together. It's really cool, and he has an accent. He's an accent, so he's
What kind of accent?
It's
an Australian?
No, I'm not. I don't think it's Larry. What accent? Where is he from? Where is Booster from? Glenn says, I remember thinking you were wearing a rocket. Yeah, everyone thinks I'm wearing a rocket. No, I'm. There's music. Let's mute it. He comes back.
As soon as he comes back, we'll get rid of him.
Well, yeah. Well, that and if he's playing TV in the background, we can't have him on. They'll cut us.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's see if he's
He doesn't care. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there watching. That's all.
Yeah. Let's see if he's back. Let's see here.
I am sorry. Entertained while I work on these comics.
Oh, you're busy? Okay.
No.
Take care.
Don't do it.
We had I will tell you guys this from Indie Vote Radio too. Want to thank everybody listening. 33,000 people listening now. It's 33 even. That's pretty cool. I don't see even numbers that often.
What was the number again?
33,000.
33,000.
Yep.
Nice.
So I will take that. We usually we do pretty good.
Not one question about the Roman Empire.
Not one.
We've got the professor on. God damn it! How come?
Yeah. Oh, which? Hold on. Chico, is your specialty Roman Empire?
I teach it at one of the colleges I teach for. They have a class on like ancient Greek and Roman civilizations. I teach that.
We'll have to have a conversation at some point because that is an area of much love that I have.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you do Elysian Fields, so
yeah,
that's Greek though, right?
That's got a lot of Greek in it, because the main characters are Team Hades. So you've got Achilles, Heracles, and Theseus. I don't know why I just blanked out on my own characters.
Not Theseus.
It's early,
guys. I do have the variant cover for White Lily. I do have the variant cover. I'm going to unveil it.
This better not be porn.
This is the YouTube unveiling. I do have the variant cover White Lily right now. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Sit down, everybody.
Does it look like a labia?
There it is. There's a variant cover for White Lily. Lesbians and planes. There we go. Guys, here's the thing. This is not a... There's Booster Kiwi in the middle. This isn't a joke. That's actually the cover.
Okay.
What are the two girls down in the lower right eating?
Yeah, they're the only lesbians in the whole.
That doesn't look appetizing.
One is Niobe, actually. She's in the plane with. Is that White Lily? She's in the plane with.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That is Niobe. Yeah.
There is actually a Kickstarter for it.
Growing roots between each other, or what?
Is this a legit book?
Yes. Here's the
Kickstarter
legit
for cover. Yeah.
Here's the Kickstarter for it. There's Booster Kiwi.
The cover's in the way. I can't.
Yeah, your cover's in the way.
I'm sorry. Let me move that.
It raised $273 more than I thought it would.
No, Booster the Booster is cool though. This is the cover for White Lily. This is gonna be awesome. Harder, Ezra. Oh, this industry. Detective Booster. This is gonna.
How dare you?
And then it's got White Lily.
Oh,
yeah.
The pages look good there.
Life is pain and the universe is a cosmic mistake. That's how I feel every morning when I wake up. So,
that was my morning, I have to admit.
So, yeah, we should all back that. I'm gonna back it. I want that cover.
Oh,
gonna
number
get it.
5. I missed out on 1 through 4.
Yeah. You gotta get back in there, man. You gotta go find. You gotta get that trade. I'm pretty sure it's available on Etsy at this point. Someone's taking
Probably
it
from
away.
multiple sources at this point. Yeah.
Someone's taking the book and put it all together.
Yeah.
Ralph says, "I guess it's better than Inviso World."
It is better than Inviso World. That's a Solson publication.
Glenn says, looks like bad super jail art.
You're not even curious, dude. That was before your time, son.
Inviso World.
Yeah, way back when. I'm not lying. Way back when, Solson used to do the worst, most gratuitous black and white books. This is right at the probably one of the main reasons for the black and white bust. They did a book called Inviso World that was nothing but panels and balloons.
What?
It was Inviso World. You can see nothing, but all they had was all dialogue.
That's kind of genius. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if I, as a customer, I don't know whether I'd be like pissed or just be like,
let's just say it kind of made a mark in the alternative comic industry.
I'm sure.
Even though it was severely brown. The mark that it made.
By the way, I wanted to backtrack on something because Randy, you were talking about them not having enough on the Three Musketeers.
Uh-huh.
So they actually did a fantastic adaptation of the original book by Alexander Dumas back in the 70s with Oliver Reed, Michael York.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Christopher Lee and all of them, and that one was split up into 2 films.
Yeah.
Because when they had it at the end, it was like a 4-6 hour movie,
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up having to split it into 2 different movies, and it actually caused like a really big deal because they had to go back. It was like the first time that this had happened, so they got hammered really hard because they had to go back and rewrite new contracts for all of the cast because they were only supposed to be. It was only supposed to be one movie.
One film, yeah.
And that one actually covers like most of everything from that book. Now as for the entirety of the
from the first book, yeah,
I completely agree. And I know that BBC had the Musketeer show going on that started off really solid, and then for me it kind of just went off the tail end, and they switched around some things that just didn't make sense to me. Like they were having France in a war with Spain instead of England, and I was just like, that, like, I'm sure that like France and Spain had their bouts, but during the time, France and England, like it was gearing up towards 7 Years' War. Mm-hmm. Because everyone was fighting over in the colonies to try and do that, and the 2 big powers at that point in colonialization were France and England.
Yep. Varian, what's our number?
Our number is 33,410 right now. So we are climbing. 400 people just tuned in. That's cool. Most people listening through the browser, or it looks like they're listening through the Alexa, which I need to mute mine because she'll be like, "What up? What do you need?" And I think I told you guys, like, I've unfortunately got like 3 more different Alexa things in the house.
Alexa, play stupid comic people talking.
and she,
that's what it should be. You guys need to have that be what like Alexa responds to that and pulls up Indie Vault Radio. That would be the best.
She will.
Maybe that's how we should start all the programs from now on.
She will listen. She's listening in right now.
Alexa, turn audio on.
Yeah. That and like my thermostat, if I say I'm warm, she'll be like, "Do you want me to turn the heat up or the air on?" I'm like, no, whoa, wait, hey. Have the woman touch my thermostat? What's wrong with you?
Alexa, turn the thermostat to 60 degrees.
Yeah.
We end up being sued for jacking up everybody's heat bill.
Yeah.
Electric bill.
Yeah. I have to actually put a password on it, and she knows the password, so she's like, maybe her to start laughing. Hey, there's little Mike.
We'll go outside here in a little bit.
Little Mike.
This is James.
There we go. Thank you.
She's
little Jimmy. Little Jimmy.
he does a good hit he got in on you there.
That was a nice solid slap.
Yeah. I do want to ask from Indie Vote Radio another question, and this is a pretty funny one for you, Randy. And when it comes to crowdfunding, are you not when you put out a book with crowdfunding? The question is, what happens if you don't fulfill? I think the answer is pretty simple. You get yelled at by customers.
Well, yeah, Kickstarter and Indiegogo remove themselves from any type of liability on your fulfillment, and then it's entirely up to it's your reputation that is going to get soiled, and you'll never be able to do another proper crowdfunding campaign again.
Yeah, I mean the penalty there is that you end up. I'm sorry, I'm looking at another email. This came in. I'm looking at another email because I'm trying to verify if it's authentic. But if you don't fulfill a campaign, you're screwed.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like, fulfilling your books is the biggest part. Like, I mean, obviously, getting the money and everything's important, but like, if you don't get the products to your consumer base, you've completely betrayed the trust.
Well, you're also inviting a class action lawsuit for fraud.
Exactly. Like,
good luck.
Like, yeah, no, it's not good. And like,
which I'm surprised Order of the Stick and that other book from it's probably the Icarus book hasn't been threatened with a lawsuit yet.
What happened? Was that the one that Varian was talking about that did the whole print voucher nonsense?
No,
it's a whole different.
Yeah,
that's a whole different animal.
I just, like, to me, I don't even consider what that guy did as fulfilling the book, because people paid for hard copy. So those people, like, if he sent out a PDF to those people who paid for hard copy, he also owes them money.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't give them the product that they paid for.
Exactly.
Real quick too.
Rob says he's making a roadmap and coming for us all. We don't need to know that, Rob.
I have a question for you guys. Another question from Anywhere Radio, which is, how do you tell if an artist is losing his grip? And does art usually come along with depression? Being a creative artist, I will say this: being an artist myself, I think that depression and being an artist kind of go hand in hand. But I also think that
that doesn't hold true.
You can kind of tell when some artists are starting to lose, people period are starting to lose grips on, because Randy,
they start printing in black and white and scribbling their line work and telling everybody, yeah, I just masturbated on a page.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll direct the spirit.
Oh goodness!
Sorry,
that one is
that slipped out. I don't know where that came from.
That one is yeah. I mean, he needs help, but but like, I have seen artists who, I don't know if they drink the Kool-Aid or they believe, that there's tons and tons and tons of money in the industry. But I'm watching
with any creative industry. They're not drinking Kool-Aid, son. It's a little bit more of an adult drink.
I'm watching some artists, and I don't know if it's just because of the times we're living in now. I'm watching some artists start to kind of snap a little bit. And then I will admit there are people who jumped into the big boy pool, into the they jumped into the deep end of the pool, and now they're realizing, oh shit, I can't swim. Which I've done before at the YMCA, which was, I learned how to swim real quick, but I didn't learn how to. I learned how to get the fuck out the pool. That's what happened. But yeah, what do you guys think about that?
That was a dig on your size, wasn't it? The big boy.
Yeah,
pool?
yeah. I jumped in. I know my dumb ass. I didn't know how to swim, and they're like, "Okay, kids, jump in," and I jumped in, and I was like, "Oh." I jumped in.
Face
and I was
first.
Like, yeah,
What have I done?
Yeah. There are artists right now who will learn.
I've seen fail videos like that.
Randy, have you seen artists do that though? Have you seen
Dude,
artists like
I've been around long enough to honestly say I've seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, almost all. There's still little surprises that pop up. Dirk Manning, but that are horrendous and horrific. But I the amount of talent that I've seen gone to waste or gone to FedEx or gone to UPS or go to the bottle is distressing, and it is getting worse. But that's because right now, especially, we're in some mentally trying times, and that's the same. It really is the same all over the place, you know.
Terrible things are going on in the world right now.
And that's just the way it is. You got to hang on. But the cool thing about being an artist is that you have that pressure valve that you can release through your art.
Yeah.
For as long as you possibly can. Granted, you're getting so many more PC restrictions, and you can't say this, and you can't do that, and you can't express yourself that way. You go back and you look at some of these great underground comics, and they were literally saying everything just to test boundaries. You can't do that anymore. You know, it's a whole different context, and you'll be branded an ist or ism, and you just have to be careful. But there's plenty of ways or outlets out there that are a lot more healthier than substance or letting, and you can't keep that shit in, because that, I think personally, that leads to mental deficiency, and you start thinking in weird directions, and suddenly you think Hillary's going to save the country, or different things like that.
Speak. Glenn Ford says the worst thing about not fulfilling campaigns, you get caught on Indie Vote.
No, that's not the worst thing, Pops, but it will happen.
that was Glenn. Glenn said that.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Glenn. That will happen. Yes.
Heather said, "I want to go shopping."
We're here to teach,
And I got a question about teaching too from Indie Vote Radio. But Heather says, "I'm gonna go shopping there and buy some stuff for homemade crab cheese rangoon."
Yum.
Homemade cheese
Yum.
rangoon.
That's all I've got to say about that. That's got to be awesome.
That's
Remember, folks, our feedback is better because of your setback.
And this is from our good friend. I had to try to check this email. It's from our good friend Randy.
You have a good friend?
We have a good friend on the show.
Is it Dennis?
Dennis Lyle.
Dennis Lyle.
Did Dennis send another one?
He said he wants to know: are there any finance books out there about the comic industry and the pop culture industry that we could point him in the direction of?
That's a great question for Trike, since he doesn't talk enough on the show.
Yeah, Trike, are there any financial books out there on comics?
No, not really. Nothing. Yeah, nothing really specifically for comics or anything, or anything related to the industry. Yeah, I mean, best bet's just if you want to do a large print run or a lot of artwork, just save up the money, I guess.
And Dennis, even if there was, I would recommend only using that or taking that book with a tremendously large grain of salt, just like any other how-to book, especially for this industry out there. This is somebody that's probably talking from their perspective, and it's their perspective that might not necessarily hold true to your situation.
Exactly.
I just got a book about pop culture and the business of Comic-Con. I think that's what it's called. Hold on, I'll grab it in a second.
That's probably running Comic-Cons then.
Yeah.
Well, it's about pop culture too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I just got it, and I'll have it brought over here, and I'll give you the title, Dennis. But yeah, it is really hard to. I think I don't think there's a book written. I don't think there's any book or any how-to maps, and I would be leery of any such book.
Yeah, I would be too, but it's also because we can't think of one. That might be an ample opportunity for somebody to actually do the research and go out and make one.
Yeah. I mean, well, see, if I made the book, when you open it, it will be bankruptcy petitions,
Mr. Trump.
and at the last have to be like an EBT application. That's like the comic book, like financial.
What
Directions to the chow line.
We were sponsored by food stamps there for a little while, right?
Yeah, we were.
That kind of went away.
Yeah, Comic-Cons and the business of pop culture.
And the business of pop culture.
Yeah. I picked this one up, and
who wrote that?
Yeah,
and where did you pick that up at? Please don't say Second and Charles.
Yeah, Second and Charles.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what's the title of it?
Comic-Con and the Business of Pop Culture.
Who's the author?
Rob. Hold on.
We're
It's
going
Rob Anderson. No, I'm just kidding.
We're going to expect a full book report next Thursday. By the way.
Yeah.
Rob Salkowitz.
Well, I've never heard of him.
Salkowitz.
And he's got a long, odd enough spelt name that I would remember.
Yeah. Does it say what cons he's managed?
What the hell, guys? No. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait.
You got to vet these authors and books better.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull it up on Amazon.
Why am I being attacked? I'm trying to listen. Dennis said he wants real answers, real people, real issues. We're trying to be too big here. You guys are gonna be 2-bit real quick. Okay. For Stanley, they give a quote on the back. Stanley gave a quote. So that's pretty. That's all authenticity that I need.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen up, true believers. Why did I make that quote? Because they paid me.
Says, what can the world's most approachable and adaptable art form tell us about the importance of individual talent and personal engagement in the era of the new global audience, the iPad, and the $250 million summer blockbuster? Here are some of the issues Salkowitz explores. You can see it on back tab. How do you succeed in the transmedia maelstrom? Have comics crack the digital code? What's next for Pete Geek? There he is. There's Rob.
Hang on.
Okay.
Pop over there. What?
There's Rob.
I can see. He looks like Preston Poulter to me.
He's a co-founder and principal consultant for the Seattle-based communications firm Media Plant LLC. He is the author of Young World Rising and Generation Blend and teaches in the digital media program at the University of Washington. Website is robsalkowitz.com.
Wait, I still don't hear any experience running cons or anything.
Yeah, I don't know how that would.
This book is thick, okay, sir.
I don't know how much stock I'd be putting in that if he doesn't have list any experience running a convention or anything like that.
Stock is another show on Indie Vote. We don't cover stock here. I'm just kidding. That's Trico's show. Trico.
Every Monday and Saturday with Dreaded Dinosaur.
Yeah.
There is no Media Print LLC anymore.
Oh, well,
that I can see.
Well, Media Plant.
Media Plant? Is that what it is?
I think it was Media Plant. Yeah, Media Plant. Yep.
PLAN?
PLANT. Yep.
Media Plant.
Yeah.
Media Plant is a creative services group specializing in digital media. For $500, you can get our book on how to write comics. No. Audience-tailored communication, compelling visual communication. There we are. Looks like he's done some educational comic work. Great communication makes a splash, but also goes deep. We develop messages that matter, visuals that stick, and technology solutions that deliver. Media Plan is a creative services group specializing in digital media for B2B communication, business-to-business communication.
Pick it up.
Create digital experiences that simplify complex messages and detailed content into stories, images, sites, tools. Oh, that's kind of cool. These people do kind of a visual communication thing. Where are they at? They are out of Seattle. Yeah.
Now, how pissed would I be if I read this? It is just a book to get me to sign up to Media Plant.
That would be amazing.
Well, not the first time that would have happened, and two, you did buy it at Second and Charles.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true. It was originally $27, but Second Charles had it on sale for $6.75, and they're running the special right now. Buy 2 books, get 1 free.
What's that? What's that guy say? Dead giveaway.
Yeah, so I want to read through some comments. Naomi says terrible things.
Dennis Lyle, thank you so much for your question. That was a very good question. We appreciate your input and your continued listening.
Yeah.
Especially after our last broadcast.
I'm surprised that he messaged after like everyone tore it.
Oh, not just that, but he sent in a nice, a
Yeah.
good logical question.
Yeah.
He
He
call
calmed
us
down a
2-bit,
lot.
whatever, sea suckers.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his wife being like, "Hey guys, hey man,
It's like, hey, I made
Throwing a
200K.
temper
Calm the
tantrum.
fuck down.
how about you be rational and ask these guys who are clearly doing who are clearly doing more than what you are a question that doesn't insult them and gets their input."
And Dennis, if you do go out there and do the research and start snooping around for books like this, you find something that we haven't mentioned, please let us know so that we can let everybody else know.
And we can give it to Randy to read or Trico to read because I'm
Absolutely.
yeah they'll read it. Heather says,
Trico, this is a great time for you to promote your podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, Mondays around 5:30 and Saturdays at 11, we have a Broke Money Hustle. So anyone that doesn't have money and is broke, but they want to do a side hustle, so they're no longer broke, they can tune in and listen to me and Eric, a.k.a. the Dreaded Dinosaur, talk about our misadventures and trying to make money in this crazy world.
If I'd have been listening earlier, I wouldn't have invested in Wizard. And
If he'd have listened to me earlier, he wouldn't have done a lot of things. But that's a whole other story.
Heather says, yeah, I can cook Chinese and Japanese food thanks to my parents. They taught me that when I was younger.
I'm taking that as an invite. I'm going to have dinner over there tonight.
Yeah, we're going to head up there. I try to pick me
tired
up.
of cooking for myself.
Yeah, pick me up in like an hour. By the time, we can. I seen that someone just got arrested.
You can't see that, but they just got Epstein's assistant. So
FBI arrested.
There must be something they didn't quite cover up right. Anyway,
Comic Advocate says, Rob says, hi Dennis, I miss you. Pops Van Zandt says, my ghostwriter name. Naomi says, feed me. He wants Heather to feed him. Glenn says, that book sounds a bit cagey. And then does have them on the show. Yeah, we'll ask Rob to come on the show. We'll ask this Rob to come on the show. We have Robs on the show all the time.
We should, yes.
Sometimes we have Robs that commit robberies.
And you know what else? Just being over at their site, you get the impression that Rob is doing sequential artwork for business-to-business communication.
Yeah.
So and that might be interesting to have folks on to have him on to talk about, because there's so many other avenues out there that you can get your sequential art to. And that I learned that, and I'm here in Flint, but I'm doing a lot of side commercial work and making nice money doing it, better money than what the professional mainstream companies would pay an artist to do for a page rate. So it's always something to check out and an avenue that sequential artists should look into. Using your talents creatively it can actually have good creative results. You just have to get out there and try it, and not be afraid to fail. That's the other big thing.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to Rob right now. I'm emailing him as we speak. See if he wants to come on the show at some point. I talked to him about Comic-Con, the business of pop culture. It'd be kind of cool to have that perspective and be able to get his insight.
Honestly, that might be somebody that Trike and Eric would want to interview for their financial podcast.
Yeah. We get first dibs.
Yeah.
That might be a really awesome guest for them.
Yeah.
I've reached out to him, so we'll see. We'll see if we can get him on.
So that's how we're doing this now. We're playing the dibs game for new interview people.
Yeah.
You don't want Varian slappy seconds.
It's hard to find people foolish enough to come on the show, Mike.
Yeah. Once they come on, they're usually like, those guys are assholes.
Yeah.
These guys are the fucking word.
Yeah.
They picked on me forever. I don't think I got my point across.
I think
They were laughing so much, I don't think I got a word in it twice.
Well, you picked up that book, that writer's book, and said it was great. They just started laughing and giggling like schoolgirls the entire time.
I got a favorite flavor at Baskin and Robbins. Anyway. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
guys, I want to. We got a couple minutes left here, but it's really horrible. Drago.
Yeah.
Have you seen an artist start to crack?
All the time. Every time I open up Facebook,
he's seen an entire company,
Yeah.
not just go insane, but go to shit.
yeah,
Well, the reason why I asked that is because we had that question from Indie Vote Radio earlier, and I thought about it, and I said, yeah, you do start to see it after a while. You start to see artists start to crack. I remember though, an artist had a page up. He would sell his art everywhere. Like he had an eBay page. He had a oh gosh,
But
I forget, online store of his art, and occasionally he'd move the art around and say, "Hey, that sold for $300. Hey, that sold for $400." Then he'd always make these posts. That sold for $400. So happy.
But did he say he did 132 conventions in a year?
Well, no, he never.
he sold more than X-Men in the 90s.
Yeah. I moved 900 copies of my book in a record store.
And that's a guarantee.
That's a guarantee. Anyway.
Well, one second.
There's a fine line there between creativity and madness. You go back through a lot of your creative geniuses, your Hemingways, your Poe, that kind of thing. They'll turn to substance abuse. They'll have mental breakdowns. They'll be institutionalized. It's just that. I would almost say it's the nature of the chemistry buildup in your brain. Thinking creatively and then thinking non-healthily. That's why I tell anybody that counseling always helps. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to go out and get help. And if you think you're abusing a substance or a pattern of abuse, you probably have it, and you need to talk it out. You need to get it addressed in the best, safest way possible. But yeah, absolutely, it's happened. I've seen people turn to alcohol and have their teeth rotted out. I've seen people, creative people that I deeply respected, become institutionalized. I've heard of artists that I've deeply loved end up taking their life.
Yeah.
And it's a sad state of affairs, and especially now, because we've come such a long way as far as psychology and counseling goes, to see that happen. It's very sad to see it happen. And abuse, substance abuse treatment.
The artist I was talking about, he would take his art. He would say it sold. If he went to Comic-Con, you'd find the art in his portfolios for sale still. So it's like, oh, it didn't sell. You were just saying that online. Wendy Gale says, I called dibs on making the big bucks.
We all do.
And Pops says he has something to say. Go ahead, Pops. If you want to come in real quick, and I will send you a link so you can come in.
Glenn Ford's got to go. You guys have a good rest of the show. Glenn Ford, take care, buddy. You can always listen to us sporadically. We're always archived on YouTube. And speaking of that, if you do listen to us and can get over to YouTube to the Indie Volt channel, you really need to subscribe. You need to hit that bell for notifications, because we really, Varian really has bandwidth charge problems that he needs to cover, because we have so many people listening to the show on the internet at radio. It's a happy problem, granted, but it's still becoming a problem. So I don't want to sound like PBS all the time and say we're going to have to do a telethon, a podathon, in order to get his internet bills covered. But we are
going to do
we might have to set up a Patreon or something in order to try to get some cash to cover the bandwidth expenses.
I'm actually thinking about a drawathon with some artists to come on.
Drawathon?
And yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yeah, because
I can do stick figures.
We can do live action stuff and sell it, auction it off. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. They had me yesterday.
Hell, I'll even work physically.
They had me grab my ankles yesterday. Like, hey, that bandwidth, it's time.
They saw that meter. Ding, 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 ding.
They sent the health inspector in there on me. I got taught a lesson. I want to bring Pops in real quick. He has an announcement to make.
We love all you out there listening to us on Indie Volt Radio, though. No matter where you're from, we deeply love you.
Pops, you have an announcement.
Yeah, I just wanted to say everybody that is a member of the Comic Related Madness that backs the Florida Man campaign it was just announced there'll be a little special something in that package. So the question is, are you a member of the Comic Related Madness? Because I know you guys backed it.
There's a possibility. There's a possibility.
Well, the whole thing is I'm taking a list. I'm making a list for the guys so that they don't have to try and figure out who's in the madness that backed the book. So if you did, send me a message, whatever, on Facebook. Let me know. Pops Van Zant. Comic Related Madness this weekend starts at 1 o'clock. In the Comic Related Madness, we got the Crom Con 4. We're doing it.
Sounds
Hope
good.
y'all show up.
Heck yeah.
Sweet.
I want to tell you guys too. There was a there's a video of me actually getting the bill yesterday
Is it
from
really?
the radio. There's a video. I'm gonna do the voice here. It's an animated video. I'm gonna do the voices here. Okay. Here it is. Here's the video of me. I was in the shower when I got the email. I was like, oh man. I said, hey, Mr. Grant. I said, what? He said, how you doing? I said, what? He said, you need to give us that money, boy, for that radio bandwidth. I don't have any money. I don't. Please don't do this. He said, no, you can give us that money. You got a wallet full of cash. Cash, grass, or ass. Nobody broadcasts for free. Now you gonna give us some of that money or else.
And suddenly the mist seeps up in the shower.
And
for a minute there, I thought it was really going to be bad.
And that's what happened to me yesterday when bandwidth.
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, I got. How dare you? All right, I got
How dare you?
You're not a dish. You're a man.
Apparently not according to that video.
Yeah, I got
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Rob Anderson, who needs coffee when that's what you see first thing in the morning? Yeah.
Yep.
It was quite brutal yesterday. I was paying Johnny, when I went to the market, it was so I can look at bologna sandwiches. Like,
Hey,
please.
what the?
Yeah. Even the baby shocked. He shot them.
He's seeing me laugh, and so he's just like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I'm glad that
Why are you?
I'm glad I played the edited version of that video because there's an unedited one. Guys, where can they find you guys? I will start with you, Michael. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook at Michael, looking me up just by name, Michael Oden, and then I've got my Nine Realms Publishing Facebook page, and then on Twitter you can find me at ElysianFields_0. The campaign is still open. I do not know how much longer they will be allowing us to have in demand, so please get on there here soon. We'd love to get the books out to as many people as possible, and yeah. I'm literally in the process of getting everything set up for fulfillment, and so people will be getting their books here probably within the next week or two.
All right. And Pops, where can they find you at, sir?
You know, I'm making it as simple as possible. I am a one platform guy. Facebook, Comic Related Madness. They're all in it. You should be in it too.
Cool. And Trico, where can they find you at, sir?
Every Monday and Saturday, I do a show with Eric, the Dreaded Dinosaur, Broke Money Hustle. You can find us on Twitter at Broke Money and Instagram, Broke Money Hustle, and Facebook. And we're available everywhere, like Spotify, YouTube, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast around there. So check us out.
Excellent. Mr. Zimmerman,
Hey.
where can they find you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on, and you know, I've gotten so many friend requests lately that aren't spam. I deeply appreciate it. I really do. You can find me on Twitter every once in a while. I'll twit on there as Randy Zimm, and the Zimm Geek channel, ZIMMGEEK on YouTube. I swear there's new content coming, and hopefully by the start of next week. Knock on wood. Let's hope so. Other than that, I'm here on Indie Volt. I'll be back on Tuesday morning or Tuesday evening at the latest. I'm also on JD Calderon's show tonight at 9:30.
Ooh, make sure you check. We'll post that on
Calderon.
I'll make sure we share that out when that goes live.
I posted it on my Facebook page that I'm going to be on there.
Excellent.
And after that, you never know on Indie Volt when I might pop up, but I'm usually here Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. and then again here on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. for the Breakfast Buzz.
Excellent. And of course, Indie Volt on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, indievolt.com. Check us out on Indie Volt Radio on Google Play and Streamer. Final number today was at 39,666. That's an evil ass number. So want to thank you guys.
Just barely under that mark.
Yeah, want to thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
tuning in. You can download Indie Volt Radio on Google Play, and if you have an Apple phone, download the Streamer app, and you can type in Indie Volt Radio. You'll find us there. Also, Indie Volt TV on Roku. It is our over-the-top network, our streaming service. It's completely free. Got a lot of great movies on there and some other content coming very soon this summer. Hoping to get back into knocking out some of the documentaries we're working on. We're working on some exclusive documentaries for the network, and when the beer bug happened, we kind of had to pause some of those ideas and make sure people got healthy. So here we are. We're going to do that, and that'll be coming this summer and fall as well. And then, of course, if you want to send a question in for us to answer on the show, we can do that. And you can do that. IndieVolt Live at indievolt.com. Please include Indie Volt in the subject and keep those emails to 90 words or less so I can make pretty graphics of them, if you can. Otherwise, guys, thanks for joining me. It's been a great show.
And remember, when you do write us at Indie Volt, IndieVolt Live at indievolt.com, there's no question that's too delicate. There's no question too silly. If it has to do about the industry, we have a wide, an incredibly large audience listening to us now. And everybody's here to have fun and to learn about this business. And don't forget to, especially if you have a problem, we'd be really happy to address it any way that we know how. And remember, our feedback will be better because of your setback. Hashtag get an education, hashtag Indie Volt. So don't be afraid to send those emails in.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate it. We will see everybody back here. And we're in the show a little early. I know people are noticing that. But Randy and Tricla and myself both have ridiculous appointments at like 11:30. So we have to get off. And so we can do it. We get to these appointments. So, yeah. So I will see you guys later. Everybody have a great day. This has been an Indie Volt production. We are not owned by Disney. Not yet, but we are available. Talk to you soon.
Let me take us out. I'll end. All right. Is that okay? Is
That's
that okay?
fine.
Can you handle it?
Yep.
Take care, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Yeah.
They're closing?
Yes, next Tuesday.
Okay, the last thing I want to be when the end of the world comes is sober.
Wonder Woman. Whoops.
And